Day grade 7. Today is our subject in Mapeh, music. I'm your teacher in music. Again, my name is Sir Reynaldo B. Malimban. And this is our week 4, lesson 3. Our lesson is talk about melody. What is melody? For you kids, what is your definition in melody? Or what the meaning of melody? Okay, thank you. Melody is the successions of tones having different pitches and duration. It is what we remember in a musical composition. The properties of melody are the rhythm, register, duration, and progression. Melody is the series of consecutive tones that vary in pitch and duration but form a line of individual significance and expressive value. It is an orderly succession of tones or musical sounds. These are the figure in melody when we play between the beats in a very syncopated from 1, 2, 3, 4. So we count 4 beats in melody, sustaining by singing or sustaining or by dancing if we are using a beat of notes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the example of the melody beats. In a melody, the musical notations is a system of a sign by means of which music is written down, especially the notes. It serves mainly to indicate two properties of tune which aid the pitch and duration. Second, what is rhythm or rhythm? In music, rhythm refers to the flow, the breathing pattern of the simplified pulse and music. Rhythm make you tap your feet or clap your hands or nod your head and swing your body. The first musical instruments were hands clapping together and the feet beating time. But today, we still clap our hands to the beat of a song. Our feet still beat time to exciting the rhythm of a march or the dancing tune. Let us try to practice by clapping by a rhythm. Example, ta. This is a sound. Okay. Next, taa. And then the third is okay. So we follow beside from the pattern of the rhythm from the figure hands. Okay, so this is the following notes that we to play by clapping the notes. Let's try to example by the fourth. Ta 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 a ta a ta ta a ta. Okay, again. I do it alone. Ta 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 a ta a ta 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 a ta. Okay. Okay, you starting to practice in front of me. Okay, so that's good. That's better for me when you are clapping the symbols of a rhythm. The second how to practice is the 2-2, or when we say 2/4. Okay, so we follow again the pattern besides of the chart. Okay, like this. Ta 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 a ta 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 a ta a ta ta. Okay, I do it 2 times. Ta 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 a ta 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 a ta a ta ta. Okay, kayo daw? Kaya nyo yan. Sige daw. Tata, taa, tata, taa, taa, tata. Okay, so that is good for me from my ear. Next, another 3/4 beat like this. Ta, 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 again. Ta, 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 ta. Okay, so that is the example when you're clapping the beat in rhythm. Next is dimension. What is dimension? A dimension, that there are 2 dimensions of melody, are the length and the range. But the melodies that are short in fragmentary are called motives. So it's a phrase of passage or 2 or more notes and repeated or elaborated throughout the composition. According to the Saint David, he said, film is a 2-dimensional thing. It goes up and down and left to right. But if you are put to the music into the 2-dimensional medium, it became like a bird, or third rather, 4th, 5th dimension, and I really believe in that. So according to David. Next is connecting by the dimension is the range of music. The range is there are 2 parts, the lower and the upper pitch. We have the symbol of the music, or the musical symbols like the flat and the sharp, from going up and going to down. So the lower to upper pitch going to up, and from the upper to lower pitch going to down. So the range of the melody is the pitch of distance from its lowest to its highest tone with the flat and the sharp. Next is register. What is register? A register that the melody is said to be a high register if the melody is in the higher key or key, and low register if the melody is a lower key. So below of this of the register's voice is what are the voice parts. For me, my voice is tenor. You guys, you students, what is your own register's voice? According to the chart is, we have from the woman or from the female, from soprano, mezzo soprano, and the alto. And for the man or the male is tenor, baritone, and bass. In the soprano register female, that the soprano is a higher tune of a female. Then the lower voice of the female is alto. When we say mezzo-soprano in a woman or in the female, that is recognizing in a moderately voice. And what are some disadvantages of these two components? Like the male. From the male or from men, their registered voice is tenor. Tenor means the higher range voice of a male. Napakataas. Then, the lower voice from the male is bass. But in the voice baritone, or what you call this, the voice of moderately voice, register from what? Yung tama-tama lang. Okay? Sa boys at saka sa girls. Might be in mezzo-soprano or the baritone. Next is direction. Direction is a melody that does not move upward or downward, is called static melody. So there are two types, from upward and downward. In upward direction, if you notice, the parts of the notes are going to up, existing and ascending. Okay, so that is upward direction. But the difficulty of the upward skip is like this. The skipping or jumping through the notes, the following notes. So that is the upward skip. From the line, skip to line, skip, and so on and so forth. Then another is the downward skip. In downward skip, we have going down. Okay, going down. So say upon the situation, also in the upward skip. Another is the movement of the direction is the static movement. By static movement, we also the static space wherein the notes written in the musical stuff. Static space and the static line. Another, what you call this is the unison or pair, the same. So, kahit saan siya nakalagay, from space to space, line to line, basta hindi siya nagkakaroon ng skipping. Or it might be in upward or downward. So, this is it. From ascending to descending movements. Because we will use this in a musical notation according to our when we use singing or when you are dancing in the movement. That is the standard points why we'll use notations of the notes by ascending or to descending. Unlike also in the repeated notes. When we say repeated notes, if the voice is also in a prolonged, when you're singing, just like the local artist singer Regine Velasquez is also using a prolonged voice like a tune. So the descriptions of the repeated notes is they are following accordingly from what? From the space and the line are also repeated. Iniulit-ulit lang po yung note na ginagamit nila kapag ang mga singers natin ay nakakaroon sila ng anytime na makakatch up sa kanilang voice, which is in repeated. So kids, what are lessons to learn? Today, melody is the succession of tones having different pitch and duration. Kahit saan, tinatawag natin melody. Basta yung voice niya is, it might be natural, then that is also represented of your register voice. So that's all for today, lessons grade 7, and thank you for seeing my e-class by week 1 to 4, and please assist your time to study all about in music in Mapeh. So thank you and good day.